guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from. Please like, subscribe, and share, right? Hit the subscribe button right here. Check this out. It's a book authored by me, Hip Hop and Igbo Culture by yours faithfully, Martin Fine Kids here, as I number the post. Check it out on Amazon.com. Stick around for the news now. Good morning and welcome to Ebona, the 103.5 FM. Today, the 15th day of January 2025. Today is Wednesday and the time is 3 minutes past the hour of 7. It's time for newspaper headlines on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. This morning, we are going to take you through the news, making the headlines on Nigerian newspapers. But before we do that, let's go for a short break. When we come back, we'll continue on the stories, making the headlines. Please stay with us.
Born at the 103.5 FM, OBD presents Media Talent Hunt and Skill Acquisition Show. Are you an upcoming model, actor, rap, R&B, gospel, reggae, or high life musician? Are you trying to find your footing on social media? Do you want to earn money with talents and skills? Do not look any further. Sign up for Ebona, the 103.5 FM Media Talent Hunt and Skill Acquisition Show. Today, you will have the opportunity to learn and become an expert in video coverage, photography, film editing, music production, advertising and social media marketing, content creation, filmmaking, radio drama, magazine production, and many more. Register today at Ebona, the 103.5 FM Ogidi opposite Ogunike Boys inside Leofin Residency Hotel Ogidi. For more information, call or WhatsApp 080
You're welcome back to newspaper headlines on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. This morning, we are going to take you through the news, making the headlines on The Guardian, Leadership, Vanguard, Sun, Punch, Daily Post, The Nation. This day, and if time permits, we're also going to take a look at Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Remember that you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 081 38 39 7740 or 081 39 25 6742 or 080 65 79 6599. I am Martin. Let's get started with the Guardian newspaper this morning. Bangladesh's Yunus demands return of stolen billions. Lagos Calabar Highway court adjourns hearing. 2025 budget revenue projections unrealistic, says Adebayo. Armed Forces Remembrance Day, better equipment, compensation, prosecution of terrorist top agenda. Telecoms operators in 5.3 trillion naira revenue in 2023. 50 billion naira budget can't end insecurity, Matawale tells lawmakers. CBN fines 9 banks 1.35 billion naira for not dispensing cash via ATMs. Reps panel votes 286 million naira allocation to 109 foreign missions. Police threaten litigation, demand apology from Amnesty International. Obedient movement factions exit won't affect Labour Party, says party chief. Obedient movement factions exit won't affect Labour Party, says party chief. Damagun's continued stay in office as PDP chairman illegal, says Olobo Dinyan. PRP shies the federal government over insecurity, opposes negotiation with terrorists. Oyo government assures residents of adequate security. National Assembly urges livestock minister to end the farmers' headers crisis. Crews endangered over hostage taking in Gulf of Guinea. IMB warns. Police arrest guardian for injuring pupil, another for arson in Ogun. Panic as van plunges into Okulu River after armed attack. Police arrest gun manufacturers, armed robbery suspects in separate operations. Tax reforms. Moboshi urges Tinubu to address northern concerns. Now fund disburses 20 billion naira to 193,000 undergraduates. Two shot as tensions flare again between Ifon, Ilobun communities in Oshun. Police strengthen border security to check influx of bandits in Ekiti. Scholar advocates human rights reforms in Africa. Foundation awards scholarships to children of fallen heroes. Arabic teacher bags 21-year jail term for sexual assault. Nigeria explores Hajj opportunities at global conference. Taiwan seeks bilateral agreement renewal with Nigeria. Ying's visit to Africa affirms China's priority. Yunqin says Ofo donates ultra-modern hall to Omwikum community. Tinubu seeks renewed support for armed forces. Kanu governor laws return of 100 million naira excess by Uniform Production Committee. Federal government targets 6.58 trillion naira revenue from customs as 2024 collection hits 6.1 trillion naira. Nigeria targeting local manufacturers for gun productions. Defense chief. Exploitation. FCCPC, NCC sign agreement to protect telecom consumers. No new case of lymphatic in Para. Commissioner. Castina earmarks 50 billion naira. And still on the stories making headlines on the Guardian newspaper this morning. FMC Abuja to begin subsidized dialysis treatment. FMC Abuja to begin subsidized dialysis treatment. Castina earmarks 50 billion naira for water projects. Official. CBN sanctions 9 banks for failing to dispense cash via ATMs. Reps demand the Tertiary Education Trust Fund's 2024 budget breakdown. Reps to investigate virus spread of hepatitis in Nigeria. FCT police intensify on manhole street light thieves. Police write Amnesty International demand apology, retraction of publication. 2027 Prophet Onoha sees Tinubu's victory amidst APC turmoil. NIMC grants NCOS license to register inmates for NIN. 4 checkpoints approved for Semeboda corridor. Rivers Commissioner of Police vows to fish out perpetrators of deadly attack on expatriates. Environmental group urges action on Rivers oil spill. Fire. Odafe remains Southeast National Vice Chairman, PDP. Nasarawa Battery Factory plant will boost economic growth. Coalition. Sanwo-Olu pardons 52, commits 6 death sentences to life imprisonment. Human Rights Writers Association urges military to intensify attacks on terrorists, the force release of repentant Boko Haram fighters. 50 billion naira budget can't end insecurity, Matawale tells lawmakers. Lagos GAC blesses new speaker. Merenda. Tax reform bills. Lawmakers urges Tinubu to address northern concerns. Federal government receives 255 tractors from Belarus, vow to crash food prices. Defense minister requests 50 additional APCs to flush out bandits in 2 months. That's the most we can take from the Guardian newspaper this morning. You are listening to newspaper headlines on Airborne at the 103.5 FM. Remember that you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 081 38 39 7740 or 081 39 25 6742 or 080 65 79 6599. Still on the stories making the headlines on Nigerian newspapers this morning from the Guardian newspaper. We'll flip over to leadership newspaper. Court orders substituted service on ex-PAP administrator in 300 million naira detention suit. Governor Alia transforming state basic education. MPC 6 more funds. Defense 2025 budget. Women Affairs Minister condemns Tatara community attack. Condoles with victims' families. As Governor Namadi backs Diamond Prize on food security. How Naseni is driving Nigeria's industrialization. Court orders substituted service on ex-PAP administrator in 300 million naira detention suit. MPC 6 more funds. Defense 2025 budget. Women Affairs Minister condemns Tatara community attack. Governor Aliu moves to revive mining sector in Sokoto. DSS arrest of Oyo Islamic cleric, traditionalist, prevented ethno-religious crisis. GSPHCDA moves to strengthen primary health care in Gombe. Gombe governor appoints GROCOL chairman, board members. Gombe concludes plan for 30-hectare ultra-modern abattoir, livestock market. Parents seek justice as 6 men defy schoolboy, 13 for 3 years. Protest rocks Ebonyi community over imposition of a president general by council boss. Armed Forces Day. Governor Eno laws military for safeguarding democracy. Sea pirates abduct policeman, injure 2 others in Akwa Ibom. New Nigerian Security Civil Defense Corps Commandant expresses commitment to tackle illegal bunkering. Other vices. 20.8 billion naira budget, too low for livestock ministry, take off. National Assembly. 50th anniversary. Uni Ilori to commission 50 billion naira projects. Imo gets more money for infrastructure. Uzodema. 2025, National Assembly proposes 12 trillion naira revenue target for customs, 180 billion naira for NDIC. Arrest of Simon Ekpa reduced tension in Southeast. Chief of Defense Staff Bosodema set for 5th anniversary. OK's ongoing projects. Police write artificial intelligence demand apology over hashtag end bad governance claims. FMC Jabi infrastructure to cut down medical tourism. Federal government confirms a return of $110 million recovered assets. I regret not buying new players. Guardiola. Omero Ndidi back Shele to deliver 2026 World Cup ticket. NNL Jigawa Golden Stars threatens to sack coach Mato for poor performance. Federal government Enugu signed host agreement for 2026 National Sports Festival. New star Swan Award nomination SI's GTI Chieftain. Wike to honor FCT athletes. January 16th. Chele accepts pay cut to coach Super Eagles Diko. Opeboro unveils Bender Insurance, Edo Queens, MGT players. Shan 2024 Super Eagles no foes today as CAF postpones championship to August 2025. Still on the stories making the headlines on the leadership newspaper this morning, factional obedient movement planning to dump Labour Party, shifting leadership crisis designed to weaken PDP. Bayelsa Industries went moribund on the Dixon's watch, APC shifting. Governor Alia is Benue's beacon of hope, APC. Omo Agege distances himself from El Rufai's new party. That's the much we can take from the leadership newspaper this morning. Still on the stories making the headlines on Nigerian newspapers this morning from the leadership newspaper, we'll flip over to Vanguard newspaper. Artificial intelligence, decentralized electricity supply, Okonjo Iweala. Kidnappers kill banker, dump corpse on roadside. Naira depreciates to 1,660 naira per dollar in parallel market. Our transactions with General Hydrocarbons, First Bank. Underfunding, huge debt, root causes of power sector failure. Insecurity. Coalition of united political parties begs Nigerians to reject Tinubu APC in 2027. Tinubu is my mentor. I criticize his policies, not him. Ali Ndume clarifies. Tinubu is Nigeria's first real politician president, says Showmi. 2027 Lagos Guba polls, no vacancy for Sheyi Tinubu group, replies youth minister. Omo Agege denies rumors of dumping APC. Ex-Sokoto governor Bafarawa dumps PDP. CBN fines 9 banks 1.35 billion naira for failing to dispense cash via ATMs. Zamfara governor receives Nigerian Air Force's fact-finding team over alleged civilian deaths in airstrikes. Arrest of Simon Ekpa has reduced the tension in Southeast Army. Ibadan Stampede. Uriyomi Hamzat regains freedom after meeting bail conditions. Student leaders to get rise as Tinubu extends palliative to student union government presidents. Mohbad's widow, father face off over DNA test. 9 royal families fault Alafin's appointment. Police officer rejects 1.6 million naira bribe from Lakarawa suspects in Kebbi. Salome was due to pass out from NYSC in March. Friend of lady beheaded in Nasarawa. Two injured. Two injured as crisis breaks out in Oshun communities over land dispute. Senate confirms Tinubu's nominees for Southeast, Northwest Development Commissions. Petrol to cost more as depot owners raise prices to 950 naira per litre. Tinubu approves appointment of DSS Deputy DG. 2025 budget. National Assembly to remove JAMB from federal government grant. Igbo groups mark 30th month of Kanu's detention. And that's the much we can take from the Vanguard newspaper this morning. From the Vanguard newspaper, we'll flip over to the Sun newspaper. Akpabio urges completion of electoral reforms. Budget 2025. National Assembly issues MPA, FIRS, TCN, other absentee agencies 48-hour ultimatum. Wike issues 5,481 C of O in 1 year. Federal government, Enugu sign host state agreement for 2026 National Sports Festival. Electorate must reject money politics to make Nigeria great. Ex-INEC chief. I never presented 2024 budget performance before National Assembly. JAMB registrar. Benue PDP nominates autumn BOT member. Support new speaker. Wigan tells Lagos Assembly members. Your report will escalate crisis in Delta APC, Nwaboshi to Emeho Committee. Autumn, nominated as member, PDP Board of Trustees from Benue. Pensioners pledge support for Governor Alia's 2027 re-election. Alia swears in 13 new permanent secretaries in Benue. Federal government plans community engagement to drive tax reform acceptance. CITN strengthens Gambia Revenue Authority's capacity in oil, gas taxation. Aba Power lauded for uninterrupted power supply in December 2024. Budget 2025. National Assembly issues MPA, FIRS, TCN, other absentee agencies 48-hour ultimatum. Still on the stories making the headlines on the Sun newspaper this morning. Shale to meet Oshime, Lukman, others next week. Ndidi, Omerua back him to qualify for 2026 World Cup. The compelling need for state police. That's the much we can take from the Sun newspaper this morning. From the Sun newspaper, we'll flip over to the Punch newspaper. Defense Minister demands 50 APCs to flush out bandits. Sanwo-Olu pardons 52 prison inmates. Simon Ekpa's arrest reduced Southeast insecurity, says Chief of Defense. Tinubu salutes fallen soldiers, says Nigeria will surmount insecurity. Foundation. Others lament Southeast leaders' failure to secure Kanu's release after 30 months. Police give amnesty 7 days to retract killing allegations. USSD debt. NCC orders telecos to disconnect 9 banks January 27th. Residents mark first anniversary of tragic Ibadan explosion Thursday. Lagos plans social media tutorial for WAEC NECO candidates. $110 million looted assets repatriated to federal government, says AGF. Federal government strengthening health care system to curb medical tourism, minister. Still on the stories making the headlines on the Punch newspaper this morning. Lagos state government vaccinates 24 million against yellow fever. Others. Sanwo-Olu seeks a private sector support to drive development. Eviction. Court hears a 500 million naira suit against Wike February 4th. Ekiti sets up storage facilities to abate food scarcity. Ekiti set up storage facilities to abate food scarcity. ASU condemns a proposed tertiary education trust fund allocation cut. Prioritize education. Obasanjo tells Tinubu. Court hears suit challenging 15 trillion naira Lagos Calabar highway contract. Autumn welcomes PDP BOT membership nomination. Afenifere promises collaboration with Ohaneze for Nigeria's progress. Ex-Von DG writes Tinubu advocates change in tackling economic crisis. Shun third-party interference for enduring marriages. 85-year-old Anambra engineer urges couples. Still on the stories making the headlines on the Punch newspaper this morning. Firm Lord's land use policy as Enugu creates new urban areas. No hiding place for kidnappers. Also, Imo community leader seeks intervention in schools' deplorable condition. That's the much we can take from the Punch newspaper this morning. From the Punch newspaper, we'll flip over to Daily Post newspaper. I criticize policies, not President Tinubu. Ndume. Bird flu. Health Commissioner reassures Kanu residents, says situation under control. New Ohaneze Ndigbo President General visits Governor Oti to show appreciation. Practicing PR without certification may attract jail term. NIPR. Practicing PR without certification may attract jail time. NIPR. Castina banditry could be defeated in 2 months with 50 APCs. Matawale, National Sports Festival, federal government, Enugu government sign host state agreement. National Assembly raises concerns over 11.8 billion naira budget for new livestock ministry. Police raid Bauchi Rehab Center, arrest founder for sodomy, exploitation. Governor Nwifuru promises support for efforts to develop Igbo land. Simon Ekpa's arrest reduces tension in Southeast. Chief of Defense Staff Musa. Senate. Julius Berger settle rift over abandoned projects in Nigeria. Senate rejects Information Ministry's 2025 budget, summons Minister Idris. That's the much we can take from the Daily Post newspaper this morning. From the Daily Post newspaper, we'll flip over to the Nation newspaper. FCCPC, NCC signed Memorandum of Understanding to eliminate regulatory gaps in telecoms industry. CBN sanctions 9 banks for hoarding cash. Lawmakers threaten to withdraw funding for MPA, NEMASA, FIRS, others. You are listening to newspaper headlines on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. We'll now go for a short break. When we come back, we'll continue on the stories making the headlines on the Nation newspaper. Please stay with us.
Ebona, the 103.5 FM OBD presents Media Talent Hunt and Skill Acquisition Show. Are you an upcoming model, actor, rap, R&B, gospel, reggae, or high life musician? Are you trying to find your footing on social media? Do you want to earn money with talents and skills? Do not look any further. Sign up for Ebona, the 103.5 FM Media Talent Hunt and Skill Acquisition Show. Today, you will have the opportunity to learn and become an expert in video coverage, photography, film editing, music production, advertising and social media marketing, content creation, filmmaking, radio drama, magazine production, and many more. Register today at Ebona, the 103.5 FM Ogidi, opposite Ubuntu Boys, inside European Residency Hotel Ogidi. For more information, call or WhatsApp 080 65 79 6599. Did challenges of documenting memories in the 21st century is gone. When you have Ebon at the 103.5 FM here, what are you celebrating today? Birthdays, wedding anniversary, traditional wedding, chieftaincy conferment, or fala, etc. Approach Ebon at the 103.5 FM Ogidi today to document your event. Ebon at the 103.5 FM offers you live coverage of your events on radio and social media, video and photo coverages feature on magazines, photo books, and others. News coverage of political and other events. Take this offer and receive a complete coverage. For more information, call or WhatsApp 08065796599 or you visit Ebon at the 103.5 FM Ogidi opposite Ogunike Boys inside the Ovin Residency Hotel Ogidi. Ebon at the 103.5 FM. Nabakoa production. Police for vigilante. Now my business. When I will tell you, SJ radio drama, Enrico. Akụkọ ihe ATJ radio drama Enrico gonna dialogue every Monday 8 o'clock p.m. with broadcast on Saturday 3 o'clock p.m. Now, Ebon at the 103.5 FM. If you move and finish your business, yeah. Igbo ekene asị na ọkụ nna gụnyere nwata n'aka adịghị alụgbukwanụ ya. Anyị na-ekwu okwu uko salama na abatete ọkala mmadụ ọkala mmụọ. Dibịa nna nyere nwa alụsị na-enye ego alụsị na-enye nwa nke oyibo kpọrọ fertility god asị na omebelu ma chiekwe na onye ụta atakwana ya. Ugo salama abatete sige bịa ndị ife na-esiri ike ụmụ nwaanyị na-achọ nwa ijego n'ukwu jee na ndịda mana ife na-eme nwere isi. Ugo salama abatete sige bịa ebo n'ikorobịa maọbụ nwa agbọghọbịa ịgbakọtago mbọ mana ife a na-eme nwere isi. Ugo salama sige bịa ọ sị na ife ọ na-esu bụ oke awele oke ibubo mana ọka ọ dị mma ị na-azụ apịa yetuye ịraka ịra were ọsọ jebe na nke Ugo salama na abatete. Ọfisi ya dị na abatete maọbụ ịkpọ ya na 07044791739 ọzọkwa 07044791739.
Ndị be anyị ekene m unu. Afọ m bụ Nwaada Okoye Mesoma Eric. Abụ m Adaogidi 2024/2025. Achọkwaziri m iji ohere a wee kenee Igbo bụ Igbo niile, ndị Ogidi niile, ndị kwadoro anyị na Adaogidi nke afọ a. Nna asị na Chineke ga-agọzi anyị ncha niile n'otu n'otu. Afọ a ga-abụ afọ ọma nye anyị ncha. Chukwu gọzie unu.
Abụ m onye Anambra amụrụ ọda gengem na ọ na-abụ mbata Anambra steeti na-achọ ebe ife na-eme ọ dịka enwe ife na-akọ m. Ya m wee kpọọ ezigbote enyi m nwoke wee jụbịa ya kedu ebe ife na-eme na Anambra steeti. Ọ wee sị m ka ọ na m anụghị maka residency hotel na Ofin Ogidi. M wee sị enyi m nwoke ọ gịnị na-eme na residency hotel na Ofin Ogidi. Ọ sị m chelụ sị m na ife ọ na-achọ ịpịa m na-abụ ole sị m na enwe executive rooms and suites na Ogidi na residency. Sị m ka m ejego na dia restaurant ka akatigodo m na chef Fadebelode na aka adọrọkwa ya mma n'ife a na-esi esi ka ọkwa nlisie mbọ. Wee sịzịa m na m bịaja na dia outdoor arena ebe a na-eme ma wedding, traditional marriage, dedication, naming ceremony, shows and displays. Sị m na banwe swimming pool pool na ọkwa nwefu ka weda side ntukwunye onwe m n'ime mmiri lozi afọ na enwe fene m wee taa aka sị na ebe a dịkọta ibe m na-eme aga m anọ na Residency Hotels Leofin Ogidi ka nwa aṅụrị tọla atọ ezi enyi m gwalụ m nwanne na Residency Hotel Leofin Ogidi dị well secured in a serene environment. Ọ dị na kilomita 13 Old Enugu Onitsha Expressway. Solukwa m maka ana m eje de enwe fon nọmba onye m ga-eji buku ya na 081 40 933 512. Ana m akpọfa just now ka m bukuo.
You're welcome back to Newspaper Headlines on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. Remember that you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 081 38 39 7740 or 081 39 25 6742 or 080 65 79 6599. We are on to the Nation newspaper. Lawmakers threaten to withdraw funding for MPA, NIMASA, FIRS, others, while envelope system of funding budget will continue by Budget Office DG. Chief of Defense Staff, Eba's arrest greatly reduced tension in Southeast. Tinubu's reforms, insurance bill catalyst for aviation growth, says Abiru. Nigeria, Saudi Arabia sign memorandum of understanding on 2025 Hajj. Adamant Oyo royal families counter Makinde on Uwade's choice as Alafin. Ibadan, Stampede, Hamzat in tears as crowd welcome him back. Sanwo-Olu not involved in Obasa's impeachment, says media aide. Bafarawa quits PDP. Management, Lagos state-owned media workers, unions meet today. Senate, Julius Berger, settle rift over non-appearance. Police demand apology, retraction from artificial intelligence, threaten litigation. JAMB false claims of humongous spending on meals, fumigation, others in 2024 budget. Senate screens confirms NWDC Southeast Development Commission nominees. Still on the stories making the headlines on the Nation newspaper this morning. Simon Eba's arrest has a reduced tension in Southeast, says Chief of Defense Staff Musa. NIMC grants a correctional service license to register inmates for NIN. Dialysis care. Federal government intensifies efforts to cut costs by 80%. Why we dragged Naomi, Oriomi, Fasasi to court over Stampede, or your AG. NLC hails Governor Eno as Akwa Ibom verification exercise uncovers 2,000 ghost workers. AGF confirms a recovery of over $110 million in assets. Senate rejects 8.9 billion naira budgetary proposal for Ministry of Information. Tinubu distributes palliatives to SUG presidents. That's the much we can take from the Nation newspaper this morning. Still on the stories making the headlines on Nigerian newspapers this morning, from the Nation newspaper, we'll flip over to this day newspaper. Chief of Defense Staff, terrorists getting foreign funding to continue destabilization of Nigeria. In clinically plotted coup, Lagos speaker impeached while returning from US. Bagudu upbeat on 36.35 trillion naira revenue target in 2025 appropriation bill. National Assembly plays ministries, departments, agencies pour remittances to Federation account in 2024. NAPPS DLN sign $1 billion artificial intelligence powered digital education learning platform. NSE kicks over federal government's appointment of unqualified persons into river basin authorities. Tax reform bills consultations with stakeholders yielding positive results, says FIRS boss. Islamic Development Bank, EDU, six bold reforms, innovative financing, TMP project approved. House Committee forced absence of Interior Minister, Customs, Police strategic managers must be proactive. Inspector General of Police charges. Telecos may suspend USSD service over 200 billion naira debt owed by banks. PSC promotes 11 composed to AIG, dismisses 2 ASPs, orders over misconduct. Diri Lord's police role in peaceful Bayelsa decorates 5 new officers. Cost of living crisis. 1 in 6 UK workers keeping meals to survive, says TUC. Ibadan Stampede. Court grants ex-Queen Naomi 2 others bail. Nigeria Civil War 53rd anniversary. Foundation appeals to IPOB to lay down arms. Makinde presents instrument of office to new Alafin, Oba Uwade, Air Chief. Pre-colonial Nigeria built on values of unity, community, innovation. 2025 Hajj operations. Presidency confirms selection of 4 air carriers. Zulum orders a free eye surgery for 10,000 people. Lagos directs unregistered private schools to register for quality education monitoring. Delta government rails out Oborowori's achievements in 19 months, says governor will reply critics with more projects. Adelabu, inability to fix Shiroro Kaduna Mando line contributing to power grid fragility. Adelabu, inability to fix Shiroro Kaduna Mando line contributing to power grid fragility. In Abu Dhabi, Tinubu says Africa has the resources, capacity for development. And that's the much we can take from this day newspaper this morning. From this day newspaper, we'll flip over to Nigerian Tribune. Bauchi Assembly holds a retreat on local government administration economic planning bills. CITAD launches a project to empower women in digital economy. 2025 budget, Senate rejects 8.9 billion naira for information ministry. Delta government begins construction of 6-lane access road to Asaba, waterfront city. Still on the stories making the headlines on Nigerian newspapers, on Nigerian Tribune this morning, NLNG reaffirms a commitment to train 7 CSR projects for Bonny Kingdom. Oyo Scholars Congress congratulates new Alafin, Oba Uwade. Uwade's emergence as Alafin Oyo, act of God. Oba Yoruba Bauchi. Reps Committee moves to increase budget defense budget amid rising insecurity. Reps Committee moves to increase defense budget amid rising insecurity. Governor Aliyu to revive mining sector in Sokoto. Shehu Olekuti appointed advisory board member for Kaduna International Film Festival. 9 Oyo princes reject Oba Owade as Alafin. National Assembly demands detailed report on livestock development. Governor Inua appoints chairman, board members for GROCOL. Security, Kaduna pushes for community-based solutions. And that's the much we can take from the Nigerian Tribune this morning. That will also mark the conclusion of all that we have for you on this particular edition of Newspaper Headlines on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. Remember that you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 081 38 39 7740 or 081 39 25 6742 or 080 6579 6599. On our SMS portal this morning, we have this message. It's coming from Honorable Onyedeka Osakwe, and it says, I am still watching this country to ascertain if it is yet palatable for habitation, most especially in this Anambra where people are kidnapped and killed every day. The government of Governor Chukwu Soludo, as a matter of urgency, before our critics, okay, citizens lose confidence in him. Honorable Sakwe continues and says the crisis rocking PDP now looks like a workman that quarrels with his tools. The rate in which things are falling apart in Nigeria makes one to think if being a Nigerian is a mistake. Hope Uzodema is seeing the sufferings we are passing through as an avenue for him to amass wealth and did not care what is the plight of the citizens. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning, Honorable Onyedeka Osakwe. Still on our SMS portal this morning, we have this message. It's coming from Agunabo. He's joining us from Ofa, Aguluzibo. And he says, separation anxiety, according to defense staff, holding Mazi Epa, bring the petrol price is a sign that presidency is incapable of ruling Nigeria and lack the ability to control the price in the country. We are watching as things unfold. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning, Agunabo, joining us from Ofa, Aguluzibo. Still on our SMS portal, we have this message. Is coming from Honorable Onyedeka Osakwe again, and it says, now Sheyi Tulubu is warming up to be the governor of Lagos State as his father is the president. Does not care about the welfare of the citizens. He governs the citizens he governs. Is the government house made for Tinubu family alone? Even if not performing, this nation is gradually heading to comatose as there is nobody to rescue it. Okay, thank you so much for joining us again this morning, Honorable Onyedeka Osakwe. Still on our SMS portal this morning, we have this message is coming from Godwin Anyebunam from Umumbo. I am Elum local government area of Anambra State. And it says CBN sanctions some banks for not dispensing cash via ATM is a welcome development. If you go to some banks, you can see many POS operators dispensing cash to helpless customers in front of the said banks. You can see that the aim for which the banks were established have been defeated. We are watching as things unfold. Godwin Ayebunam from Umumbo, I am Elum local government area of Anambra State. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Well, this is the spot where we'll call it a day on this particular edition of Newspaper Headlines on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. Remember, it comes your way weekdays in the morning once it's 7 o'clock. So keep a date and don't touch the dial of Ebona, the 103.5 FM. Once it's 8:20 this morning, we'll be back with Birthday Splash. Till we meet again, I am Martin. Have a wonderful morning. Wow.
Ebona, the 103.5 FM Ogidi presents Media Talent Hunt and Skill Acquisition Show. Are you an upcoming model, actor, rap, R&B, gospel, reggae, or high life musician? Are you trying to find your footing on social media? Do you want to earn money with talents and skills? Do not look any further. Sign up for Ebona, the 103.5 FM Media Talent Hunt and Skill Acquisition Show. Today, you will have the opportunity to learn and become an expert in video coverage, photography, film editing, music production, advertising and social media marketing, content creation, filmmaking, radio drama, magazine production, and many more. Register today at Ebona, the 103.5 FM Ogidi, opposite Obrike Boys, inside European Residency Hotel Ogidi. For more information, call or WhatsApp 080 6579 6599. The challenges of documenting memories in the 21st century is gone. When you have Ebona, the 103.5 FM, here, what are you celebrating today? Birthdays, wedding anniversary, traditional wedding, chieftaincy conferment, or fala, etc. Approach Ebona, the 103.5 FM Ogidi today to document your event. Ebona, the 103.5 FM offers you live coverage of your events on radio and social media, video and photo coverages, feature on magazines, photo books, and others, news coverage of political and other events. Take this offer and receive a complete coverage. For more information, call or WhatsApp 080 6579 6599, or you visit Ebona, the 103.5 FM Ogidi, opposite Ogunike Boys, inside the European Residency Hotel Ogidi. Ebona, the 103.5 FM. Nabapoa production. Mama business. When I will tell you DJ radio drama, Erico. AJ radio drama, Erico, Canada every Monday, 8 o'clock p.m. with broadcast on Saturday, 3 o'clock p.m. Now, Ebona, the 103.5 FM. If you move and finish your business,
Ndị be anyị ekene m unu. Afọ m bụ Nwaada Okoye Mmesoma Eric. Abụ m Adaogidi 2024/2025. Achọkwaziri m iji ohere a wee kenee Igbo bụ Igbo niile, ndị Ogidi niile, ndị kwadoro anyị na Adaogidi nke afọ a. Nna asị na Chineke ga-agọzi anyị ncha niile n'otu n'otu. Afọ a ga-abụ afọ ọma nye anyị ncha. Chukwu gọzie unu.
Abụ m onye Anambra mụrụ ọda agenge m na ọ na-abụ mbata Anambra steeti na-achọ ebe ife na-eme ọ dịka enwe ife na-akọ m. Ya m wee kpọọ ezigbote enyi m nwoke wee jụbịa kedu ebe ife na-eme na Anambra steeti. Ọ wee sị m ka ọ na m anụbeghị maka Residency Hotel dị Ofin Ogidi. M wee sị enyi m nwoke ọ gịnị na-eme na Residency Hotel dị Ofin Ogidi. Ọ sị m chelụ, sị m na ebe ọ na-achọ ịpịa m na-abụ ole, sị m na enwe executive rooms and suites na Ogidi na Residency. Sị m ka m ejego na dia restaurant ka akpatigodi m na chef Fadebelodel aka adọrọkwa ya mmanụ ife a na-esi esi na ọkwa nlisie ntọ. Wee sịzịa m na m bịaja na dia outdoor arena ebe a na-eme ma wedding, traditional marriage marriage, dedication, naming ceremony, shows and displays. Some Nabanwe swimming pool, and upon where for whether she didn't know Lozaf and then within Weta Casino, but even them and Hagaman on a residency hotels, Leofino. Come on, or let all As young Monday residency hotel, Leofino, the well secured in a serene environment. More than a kilometer 13, Old Enugu Onitsha Expressway. So look more, Macano measure there, and we have phone number on your Mungaji book here, na 081 40 933 512. And I'm up for just now. Come book.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Tighten your seatbelt as we take you on this smooth ride.
let's go! It's the morning drive on 103.5 Ebona DFM, keeping your morning engaging as we take you through the smoothest ride on radio.
From 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Getting your morning inspired, be informed. Let's interact only on the morning drive. Make it a hit with
Martin, aka Metal, on Ebona the 103.5 FM.
from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
on the morning drive.
173.5
Okay, guys, thank you. Like, subscribe, and share. See the subscribe button right here. You rock. Dialogue, and check this out. It's a book authored by myself, Martin Ifan Friki. It's on Amazon.com. Go check it out, alright?